What's going on very now? So, grüß euch, hier ist der Olli. Jetzt machen wir uns rein in die Congo Gorilla Ausstellung, wie es sich heißt, nennt, schimpft, heißt. Das wird ein Erlebnis, da habt ihr es. Da machen wir uns durch. Rainforest, Columbus Tree, Walk through Fallen Tree. Der Jungle, Gorilla Encounter. Wird der Wahnsinn. Viel Spaß. Sagt der Bo. Sag mal viel Spaß. Okay, der Bo sagt nicht viel Spaß. Der wollte ins Aquarium gehen in der Bronx. Da kann er in Brooklyn kann er das nächste Mal gehen. Zoe, sag mal viel Spaß. Und Christian.
Have fun, guys.
Der Christian schaut aus wie ein Aff und ich sage auch viel Spaß. Macht's gut und ciao, sagt Jolly. Da brauchen wir unsere Memberkarte, ne? Achtung. Hi. There you go.
You're good to go. You just have to put away the popcorn.
No worries. Well, let's get the popcorn. How much is it if we didn't have the card? $7? Yeah, okay. Then put the popcorn in the backpack. I want to share. Look at this. Pack's weg.
Oh, you have to put it away.
Ja, sonst kommen die Affen und fressen es. Wir können es essen. Komm mit. Wir können es essen. Also $7 kostet der Spaß hier. Da läuft man ganz schön auf Mulch. Das ist natürlich nachgemachter Mulch. You are here in the middle of Africa. Boah, die haben das, oh! Wow, da schlagen die Affen schon Räder. So, wie heißen die hier links? Columbus Monkey. Der Columbus Monkey. Mein Lieblingstier kommt gleich.
Daddy, I want a ding dong.
Ding Dong? Hey, Ding Dong machen wir, wenn wir hier raus sind. Schau an, oh, die klettern da außen rum. Oh, wenn sie jetzt runterfallen, ist eure Schuld. Ne, das sind die Affen los. Schau an, dieses Tier nennt man den Mensch. Das ist das Menschtier. Der Wahnsinn, und das Zebra, ne?
Homo sapiens.
Excuse us, guys. Excuse us. Thank you. So, schauen wir da drüben rein. Voll die Höhle. Oh my God. Das ist geil, oder? Schau mal da durch die Löcher. Schaut durch die Löcher. Was seht ihr, wenn ihr durch die Löcher schaut? Seht ihr das Tapir? Oh ja, da hinten ist es. Da hinten ist es. Christian, siehst du es? Schaut euch noch, Christian. Es hat Zebrabeine und hat einen braunen Körper. Hast du was schon mal gesehen?
Tapir.
Ist es ein Tapir oder nicht? Ihr könnt da nicht rein. It's all the way in the back. Sir, it's all the way in the back there. Auf geht's. Das ist doch geil gemacht. Oh, da Tarzan. Tarzan und Jane haben sich lang nicht mehr gesehen. Der Wasserfall. Das ist so schön hier. Jetzt kommt's, Achtung. Schau an, was für ein geiles Tier. Und es hat eine mega lange Zunge, ne, Zoe? Gehen wir weiter. Auf geht's, walk, walk, walk. Weil ich glaube, da vorne kommt noch was, da sieht man es nochmal. Das ist so cool hier.
If those types of animals lose their baby wherever they live,
Dann.
really dangerous animals can kill it.
Oh wow, look, Charles Darwin, der hier ist. Auf geht's, Bo. Wow, schau dir den an. Hier. Das ist nochmal eine Wurzel, hä?
Schöner Baum.
Geil. So, da steht's. Nee, nicht Tapir, Okapi heißt. Okapi. Okapi. Hab mir schon gedacht, also hoffentlich haben jetzt viele Kommentare abgelassen und gesagt, das ist doch kein Tapir, weißt nicht, der Tapir ist das ist viel kleiner. Der Okapi ist das große Tier. Okapi. Und da die lange Zunge.
Oh.
That's how long its tongue is.
Ja, wie lange ist denn deine?
Can you touch your
Hat
tongue?
keine Zunge.
Dad, can you
Zunge raus. Steck mal die Zunge raus, Bo.
Zunge.
Dad, can you stick your tongue all the way to your nose?
Nee, kannst du? Silly, silly. Geil. So, gehen wir da hinten durch den Regenwald. Komm mit. Auf geht's, Bo. Wow. Gibt's da Cockroaches vielleicht? Wer kommt denn jetzt da hinten? Kommen da die Schweine? Oh, das sind die Ärsche. Schau dir
der Paul Breitner.
der Paul, der Pavianarsch. Was ist das jetzt? Und Bo, was ist das? Mandrill.
Oh,
Das ist ein Mandrill. Schau mal den blauen Arsch an, ne? Wow. Jetzt sieh. Okay.
oh, fast das gleiche.
Fast das gleiche. Oh, schau mal, der hat einen kleinen Arsch. Oh, der hat einen blutigen Arsch. War es wieder ein bisschen wild hier im Affenstall in der Nacht.
Happens.
What's going on?
There's a poop.
Oh, schau das Gesicht an. Der hat richtig große Zähne und jetzt riecht er erst und dann springt er drauf. Yeah, come on, baby. Light my fire.
Daddy, are those nice?
Bitte?
Are those nice?
Ja, die sind super nice.
But they usually go in hot water.
Ja, das sind wieder andere, die ins heiße Wasser gehen. Auf geht's, gehen wir da zurück durch die Höhle. Boah, da oben, da wächst das Bambus. Und das ist hier cool. Das ist doch einfach nur geil, oder?
Mhm, das ist echt schön gemacht.
Also das ist super schön angelegt. Wunderschön. Auf die $37 nochmal $7 drauf, rentiert. Oh my God, 2 monkeys. They don't even look for you. Alright, let's get in, children. Push. Rein dürfen wir nicht springen, bitte. Hunting in...
What's in there?
Oh, schau mal meine Hände. Oh, hier, that's me. Ah,
That can see us.
Oh, geht gut.
Wer ist denn da drin? Oh, das Snake. Oh, schau mal an.
Und was?
Oh, was für ein Ding. Da gehen wir mal zurück hier. Was ist das für ein Viech?
That's a python.
Ein Python, es ist ein wenig dunkel hier. So jagt die. Bo. 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 Da ist er wieder. Ist cool, ne, das Tier? Can we get one? Not today. Oh. Fische. Fische, Fische und... Oh oh. Küsst du die Schlange oder was, Zoe? Ist die giftig? Ist das eine Viper? No, das ist eine Ball Python. Schon, oder? Wow. Was sind da drin? Wieder Frösche oder was?
Where's the fish with? What a fish One. One.
Okay, jetzt gehen wir zu den Affen. Wow, that's pretty cool. Evolution. Okay, ich weiß, ihr wollt, dass wir zu den Affen gehen, dann gehen wir halt zu den Affen. Das sind die nächsten Käfer. Also geh mal raus. So, was kommt jetzt? Okay, da. How to speak Mandrill. Follow me. Don't bug me. The fingers to the talking. Follow me. Die Hawks schlafen gerade. Oh, da haben's. Was haben sie hier drin? Ah, da oben sitzen die nächsten. Guenons. Der Wolfmonkey. So, ich baue schon mal da rüber. Da oben hockt er. Thank you for having everything so nice and clean. How many species can you find in this picture? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Such, Zoe.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
1, 2,
Da ist immer was für die Kinder, ne? Super cool.
3, 4,
Schau mal da oben.
6, 7, 8.
Es ist pretty cool.
Come, Daddy, there was 2 snakes.
Ja. Was ist das jetzt hier?
I want you to move.
Chicken. Da hinten, der ist schön.
Oh ja, der schaut aus wie ein Kookaburra in Australien, aber ist nicht. Ne?
Long-tailed hornbill.
Hornbill.
Congo P-Flow.
Wow.
Das ist der. Fischis.
Fischle.
Fischle. Vögele und Fischle. Oh, this is so sad. Auf geht's so im Bau, komm mit. Ja, so schaut's aus, ne?
Ja. Zivilisation.
What's going on right now? Sehr, sehr köstliches Olli. Das war jetzt der Vorspann und jetzt kommen die Affen. Und wir machen das jetzt einmal so, also die Gorillas. Einmal so, dass wir nur die Gorillas zeigen, aber das erst später. Wer es bis jetzt angeschaut hat, herzlichen Glückwunsch. Und für all die, die jetzt erst zuschauen, ihr müsst durch das Ganze durch. So. Da machen wir uns jetzt weiter. A Fate of African Wildlife. The People. Auf geht's, Zoe, auf geht's, Bau. Whoa. Zoe, Bo, let's go. Well, in the theater, we're gonna go around. We've been there already. Zoe, Bo, let's go. So, Gorillas gibt's bis 4 anzuschauen. Und jetzt geht's los. Da habt ihr die 2 Species right next to each other. Die eine heißt Mensch, die andere heißt Gorilla. Und für die Gorillas ist es natürlich auch super heiß. Wow. So im Bau. Bau. Zoe. Wahnsinnstier, ne? Kommt her. Zoe, komm her. Christian, jetzt kommt er. Hier rechts. Achtung. Achtung, Bau. Hat er sich versteckt in einem Busch oder kommt er in einem Busch raus? Wer weiß, wer weiß. Drüben auf der anderen Seite, da kommen noch mehr. Hopp, pull up. So, und das ist ein Kind. Jetzt sehen wir, wer der Stärkere ist. Ja, oder der geht jetzt einfach mal rein ins Haus. Wahnsinn, oder?
Hi, Gorilla.
Ja, Zoe siehst du?
Ja.
Wo bist du? Da.
My hair.
Schau mal an. Wow.
Daddy, just do Gorilla for you.
Wow. Ouch.
Oh, this guy is here.
Geh da oben rum. Hier, schau.
Hey.
Oh. Das ist die Omi. Bye bye Monkeys. Also das ist was ganz Interessantes, Tolles, Bedrückendes. So Affen, ne? Das sind wir alle. Wahnsinn. Bräuchte man alles nicht, wenn die nicht einfach überall umgebracht werden würden, wie es noch in Wildheit und Freiheit gibt. Ja, ich komme mit. So, und da hilft mir, dass die Gorillas überleben. Wir machen das mit einer Jahresmitgliedschaft hier im Zoo. Können wir so oft wir wollen reingehen. Ihr macht es mit einem Besuch, ist da was drin? Oh, ein toter Fisch. Ihr macht es mit dem Besuch und dann kommt auch hier rein, weil das ist echt was super, super tolles. Er rentiert sich mit der Fähre rauszufahren bis Classen Point, Soundview Ferry. Dann mit dem Uber zum Bronx Zoo, von hier rüber laufen zur Arthur Avenue. Dort italienisch Abendessen gehen und letztendlich mit dem Uber wieder zurück und mit der Fähre zurück. Mega geil. So krass, ne?
Schon krass.
Ich habe gerade gesagt, das ist was Tolles, aber irgendwie auch bedrückend, ja? Weil so Affen sind einem doch näher.
Ja.
Irgendwo. Wow, jetzt kommen die Präriehunde. Wo sind sie?
There's a giraffe way out there, Gabs. Let's see if we can get closer.
Ah, those are giraffes? I thought they were the prairie dogs.
Way out there,
Yeah,
the
I know.
giraffes. No
Wow.
problem, Gabs.
Wow. They're all sleeping and stinking. Ah. Auf geht's. Shortcut. Bitte? Wie ich schon gesagt habe, Bo, jedes Mal, wenn wir irgendwo hingehen, ist so toll. Das können wir nicht jedes Mal machen. Bitte? Da liegen die Hyänen, da unten drin. Children. How long does it take for the next one?
At this time, folks, as we all take our final seats, the doors will be closing and the train will be moving.
Toot, toot.
1, 2. We are going.
What's going on right now? So grüß euch, hier ist der Olli und jetzt sind wir im Bronx Zoo in Asien. Huhu. Jetzt gibt es ein wenig Sushi. Huhu. Und ein lecker Getränk. Wie heißt das Getränk in Asien wieder?
Sake.
Sake. Ja, wie der asiatische Sexminister Saki Verpacki. So, und da fahren wir los. Da machen wir einen Spaß. Dann schauen wir mal, was wir sehen. Türen sind zugegangen und jetzt ist der Schaffner bereit. So, so schaut es hier aus. Hey Bo, schau mal ein bisschen in deinem Spiegel. Da vorne ist ein Spiegel, das sind wir. Siehst dich?
Ja.
Hi. Oh, es geht los. Oder geht's über die Brücke?
Good afternoon, Bronx Explorers, and welcome aboard the Olidaytours monorail. My name is Sophia, and I will be your guide and driver today. I will be your guide, and you will be our field scientist in training. Once we cross over the Bronx River, we'll be transported to Asia as if by magic. I ask for your safety and for the safety of our animals that we all remain seated at all times with our hands, head, and any other body parts inside the car. In the case of an emergency, there's an intercom system located to the left of the door behind you, and you can use that to retrieve. And just like that, folks, we have now traveled over 7,000 miles to the wild plains of Asia, and we are being greeted by some deer and antelope species. Right out in front of us, folks, you'll be able to spot some small honey brown coated animals, and these are our black buck antelope. Right here, these are all females, and that's because black buck antelopes are sexually dimorphic, and all that means, folks, that the males and the females look different from one another. Those two orange deer sitting right in the middle of the field, folks, those are our Barasanga deer. We'll be able to spot some more in just a little bit.
Whoa.
And if you look right up in front of us at these champagne-colored deer, these are our Bactrian deer. Bactrian deer were thought to be extinct in the wild, however, were spotted again in Afghanistan after 40 years by some of our field researchers.
I think they're not there anymore.
And now, folks, we have a WCS conservation story, and I hope that you all enjoy.
Hi. Farmers in Indonesia live closely with wild animals, like elephants, which we will see shortly. WCS field staff work with local leaders and farmers in Indonesia to come up with the Crop Protection Unit. This unit created many different ways for farming to continue in close proximity of wild animals. One strategy was to soak ropes in chili powder and place them around the crops. Elephants do not like chili and leave the farms alone, allowing the farmer and the animals to share the habitat peacefully.
Like I said, folks, in about 8 minutes when we get to the back half of that meadow, we'll be able to spot more of our deer, but in the meantime, we all know that a species that is extinct no longer exists, just like the dodo. This next animal is on the verge of extinction in the wild and was only able to be found in North American and Asian zoos. Out for us today, we have the Mongolian wild horses, also known as the Przewalski horses.
Oh.
Here in the Bronx Zoo, we received our first Mongolian wild horses in 1902, and since then we've had over 50 foals born right here. In our herd today, we have 3 foals. 2 of them are a bit older, about a year old at this time, and laying on the floor right there, folks, we have our month-old foal, and his name is Kyle. I promise you, he is totally fine, guys. He is just taking a nap. All 3 of our foals have the same father. His name is Otto. He is the only mature breeding male in our herd. You might have been able to spot him when we came in, folks. He was the larger one standing right at the beginning of the meadow.
Otto.
If you guys get a good look at our Mongolian wild horses, you might be able to notice some differences between them and the domestic horses that we know and love. Mongolian wild horses have shorter legs, a stockier build, and a erect mane, and they are missing their forelock, which is the piece of hair that drapes over their forehead. And for you now, folks, I have a message from Jonathan Slatt, one of the field researchers here at the WCS, working on the reintroduction of these animals back into the wild, and he is here to tell you more about that process.
So, Christian, Daumen hoch.
I'm Jonathan Slatt, and I'm the Russia and Northeast Asia coordinator for the Wildlife Conservation Society. I believe that wildlife has a place on this earth, and my job is to find practical solutions that allow people and wildlife to thrive together. Przewalski's horse went extinct in the wild in the 1960s, and on a recent trip to Kazakhstan, I thought about the ongoing and successful efforts in that country to bring these horses back to the Central Asian steppe. The world needs happy stories, to watch the impossible become possible, and to see hope restored. That's what's happening today with Przewalski's horse.
As you folks can see here, this is the remainder of the meadow in which we just saw our Mongolian wild horses. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we prioritize that our animals have plenty of room to run, play, and to graze. And once we reach the top of this hill, we'll be on the lookout for another herd of animals. Out for us today, we have the world's largest wild cattle, also known as the gaur. Normally, at earlier times of day, the gaur like to hang out right here in the beginning of the meadow. However, it's a bit sunnier, so they are in the middle in the shade, and we'll catch up to them in just a few moments. Like I said, folks, the gaur are the world's largest wild cattle. The males can stand as tall as 6 feet, be as long as 10 feet, and they can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, which is the equivalent to a small car. You'll be able to spot them in just a few seconds, folks. If you'd like to tell the difference between a male and a female gaur, you could just take a look at their horns. A male's horns will stand upright, whereas a female's horns will round in and tilt a bit backwards. If you spot a female with the largest horns and the biggest body, you'll be on the lookout for our matriarch. A matriarch is a lead female. She runs the entirety of our herd, and her name is Trixie. You guys might be able to spot her. She is standing right there. She's walking towards us, I believe.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, wow. Trixie! Woohoo!
Between their large size and impressive horn, the gaur have been known to fight off just about anything in the wild, including a tiger. But the biggest threat that the gaur face is actually over-farming of their natural areas, as well as diseases that they may catch from domestic cattle. And now, folks, I have a message from Dave, one of the keepers here at Wild Asia, to tell you more about the repopulation of our gaur herd.
Hi, I'm Dave, a wild animal keeper here in Wild Asia. When the Bronx Zoo received 2 female and 1 male gaur from the San Diego Zoo, it took a couple of introductions before all the animals were comfortable. But after a little bit of time, the 3 new animals fully integrated into the herd, and we have the family that you see today. A family group of gaur can consist of up to 40 individuals and is typically led by an older adult female called the matriarch. Since the 2 females and 1 male have been added to this family, there have been a number of offspring. This is important because gaur are considered to be a vulnerable species, so it's vital to maintain a healthy growing herd here at the zoo.
At this time, folks, I must remind you that it's vital to remain seated, as you would not like to fall into this next enclosure. We are now on the lookout for a tiger, and out for us today we have our 10-year-old male Siberian or Amur tiger, and his name is Anakin. You guys will be able to spot him in just a few moments. He is laying against the rocks right next to his pool.
Oh, there is. Links. Oh, come on.
In the wild, tigers are solitary creatures, which means that they like to live alone, and they can be highly territorial, which is why you'll only spot 1 out at a time here at the Bronx Zoo.
He knows it's the highway, by the way.
A tiger's diet consists of wild pig and deer, and they've been known to gorge themselves on a meal up to the size of 40 pounds of meat in just one sitting. That's the equivalent to 160 hamburgers, and I don't know about you folks, but I cannot eat that many in just one time. If you'd like to spot more of our tigers here at the Bronx Zoo, you can visit them at Tiger Mountain. And now, folks, we are passing over the back half of the gaur meadow. You might be able to see a better look at their true size if you look right up there on that hill. As you can see, they're at the top. However, at later times of the day, they like to migrate right down this hill and will stand against the fence line. And now, folks, we are entering the back half of that first meadow, in which we saw our black-buck antelope, our Bactrian deer, and our Barasingha deer. If you look against the fence line, you'll be able to spot more of our Barasingha deer. Barasingha deer get their names because in Hindi the word Barasingha means 12 tine, and the males have about 12 to 14 points on each of their antlers. You can spot more of them right down here. Ooh. Also, if you looked up towards the middle of the meadow, you would have seen some spotted deer, and those are our access deer. Access deer are super cool because unlike most other deer species, they tend to keep their spots throughout the duration of their life rather than losing them once mature. And if you guys look right down below us, you might have been able to spot our peafowl. Here at the Bronx Zoo, peafowl have full range of the entire park. The males are the peacocks, the females are the peahens, and when they get together, they make pea chicks. This next animal blends in with the muddy environment that it likes to call home. If you spot what looks like a pig which is erupting from its snout and curving backwards towards its eyes, you'll be on the lookout for a baborusa. In this first meadow, folks, we have our 2 adult females. They are right there as you enter. And in this second meadow, we have our 3 little piggies.
3 little piggies.
There are 2 males and 1 female in this meadow at this time, folks, but it might be a bit hard to tell the difference between them as the male tusks have not yet fully grown in. In the wild, a male baborusa will use its tusks to attract a female mate. And if you weren't able to get a good look at that last animal, folks, do not worry because you cannot miss this next one. Out for us today, we have the world's largest land mammal, also known as the Asian elephant. The elephant you see right out in front of us, folks, is one of our 2 female Asian elephants here at the Bronx Zoo, and her name is Patty. We all say hi, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
The first thing you'll notice about Patty is her large size. Asian elephants can get as big as 10,000 pounds, which means that they need to eat lots of vegetation to remain healthy. Here at the Bronx Zoo, our elephants eat about 200 pounds of hay each day and drink up to 60 gallons of water. Another thing you'll be able to notice about Patty is her trunk. An elephant's trunk is a very useful tool. They have about 40,000 muscles in them, and that is more than the human body alone. On top of that, folks, Patty has a finger-like adaptation located at the tip of her trunk that she uses to pick up delicate objects, such as a singular blade of grass or an egg without cracking it. And as we start to say goodbye to Patty, we'll be saying hello to another large land mammal. If you spot an animal that weighs roughly 3,500 pounds, looks to be armor-plated, and has a horn on the front of its face, you have spotted a greater one-horned rhinoceros. Greater one-horned rhinos are highly endangered, and here at the Wild Asia Monorail, we care for 5 of them. In addition to that, folks, we've had 14 calves born right here. And although 14 might sound like a small number, it is actually a huge success in the breeding process of greater one-horned rhinoceroses. A female rhino will stay pregnant for about 16 months, and she'll give birth to a baby that weighs over 100 pounds. That baby will then stay with its mother for about 2 to 3 years, although the weaning process only takes about 12 to 14 months. Out for us today, folks, we have mom and baby duo, Priya and Patrick. Once we get to the other side of this wooded area, folks, will be able to get a better look at them as they are laying in their mud wallow.
Oh, show me that.
And they're not there because they want to be, folks, they're there because they have to be. Rhinos have highly sensitive skin, and in order to protect themselves from the sun and from insects, they will cover themselves in mud.
They got into that.
Come on.
The rhino to the left, folks, is Priya, and right next to her on the right is her 1-year-old son, and his name is Patrick. The mud wallow that you see Priya and Patrick in are actually the first mud wallow made right here at the Wild Asia Monorail. This mud wallow wasn't always this large though, folks. It was made larger over time from the rhino stomping through it just like they do in the wild. When it rains in the wild, the rhinoceros will stomp through their mud wallow in order to increase its size. And now for you folks, I have a message from our field researchers who work alongside rhinos just like the ones we have here. And they're here to tell you a message more about them.
The rhinos you see here are Indian rhinos. We work with habitats all over the world that are homes to rhinos. Here's a note from our field office in Sumatra, and Wulan, who works with the Sumatran rhino. Sumatran rhinos are the smallest of the world's rhinos, and they are considered critically endangered.
My name is Wulan Pusparini, and I'm the Species Conservation Specialist for WCS Indonesia program. We carried out an island-wide survey of the last wild population of Sumatran rhinoceros in Indonesia. With so many unknowns on how to manage Sumatran rhinos in the wild or captivity, Our studies show definitively that we must protect them at source. The cost of doing nothing could be the extinction of the species, and I can't imagine that.
The continent of Asia is known for its vast deer diversity. This next medal will be on the lookout for 4 different types of deer and 1 type of antelope. If you guys spot right over there the spotted deer, those are our Formosan sika deer. Formosan sika deer are native to the island of Taiwan, which was formerly known as the island of Formosa. And if you guys look right back there, that large chocolatey brown colored deer, that is our sandbar deer. Sandbar deer are the largest of the southern Asian deer species. The males can get as tall as 5 feet at the shoulder and weigh as much as 650 pounds. Once we get to the other side of this hill, folks, don't worry, we'll be able to spot 4 of our deer and antelope species. If we look right down there, those small orange deer, folks, those are our hog deer. Hog deer get their names because of the similarities that they share with hogs in both size and behavior. Just like a hog deer is short and heavy, and they like to run under and duck from things rather than jump over them. And if you look right out in front of us at these large tan animals that look like they are wearing socks, these are our Nilgai antelope. Nilgai antelope get their names because in Hindi the word Nilgai means blue bull, and the males have a bluish gray tint to them. If you look right out in front of us, folks, at that deer right there, that is one of our Chinese tufted deer. Chinese tufted deer are often mistaken as juvenile deer. However, folks, they are actually fully grown and only weigh about 40 pounds each. If you were able to get a good look at it, you'd see how they got their names, as they have a small tuft of hair right on the top of their head that is lighter in color than the rest of their body. Okay. Similar to our white-tailed deer here in New York, the Chinese tufted deer have white rumps that they use as an alarm system in order to warn their fellow deer of a potential predator, as well as for fawns to be able to follow their mothers.
Oh, that's the Brücke.
And now, folks, we are crossing back over the Bronx River. We now stand at our highest elevation on the tour at around 35 feet up in the air. Wow. Rivers and waterways all over the world are a vital resource for all types of wildlife, so it is imperative that we try our best to protect them. Sorry, folks, for slowing down. There is a peacock on the track that is playing chicken with us. Rivers and waterways all over the world are a vital resource for all types of wildlife, so it is imperative that we do our best to try and protect them. And now you guys will notice the rocky terrain that we are coming into. This is the perfect environment for our next 2 species, the Himalayan tar and the markhor goats.
Oh.
There's 2 babies.
These large animals with the spiraling horns that you notice right out in front of us are our markhor goats. The markhors are the largest wild mountain goats. The male's horns will get as long as 6 feet and the females are around 10 inches.
There's 6 babies. No, there's 7 babies.
Ja, oh, schau mal, die können so schnell laufen. Die sind immer so langsam und träge.
It has been seen that a markhor goat will jump as high as 4 feet up in the air without a running start. And have rubbery hooves similar to our boot soles that they use to climb up steep inclines. If you guys look right out in front of us, you'll be able to spot some of their kids. That is right, folks, a baby goat is also known as a kid.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, the markhor goats are the largest wild mountain goat species, and they are also the national animal of Pakistan. If you guys look right out in front of us at these shaggier goats, these are our Himalayan tar. Opposed to our markhor goats, their horns will go straight back on their head rather than spiraling. And as you guys might have just noticed, we are slowing down, and unfortunately the animal in this next meadow is not out today due to the weather. But normally here we have our 10-year-old red panda, and his name is Linus. I can still tell you about him though, folks.
Finger rein.
In Nepal, red pandas are referred to as Han Ho, which roughly translates to firefox. And in China, they are known as the tiny bear cat. Although sharing a similar diet of bamboo with the giant panda, red pandas and giant pandas are actually not related, and they are more closely related to a skunk weasel or raccoon.
Skunk weasel.
If you'd like to spot more of our red pandas here at the Bronx Zoo, you can visit them at the Himalayan Highlands, just a short walk away from the Wild Asia monorail. And there you might also be able to spot some of Asia's large wild cats, the snow leopards.
Kannst denn rüber, du musst sitzen.
As we round this bend, folks, our journey will be coming to an end.
Whoa.
You've heard from some of our experts in the field, keepers here at home, and even used your own observational skills. I hope that you've been inspired by what you have seen and heard here today.
Oh my God.
As a reminder, the Bronx Zoo is a part of the WCS, or Wildlife Conservation Society. And in addition to running the Bronx Zoo, they manage 4 other parks here in the New York City area. You have the Prospect Park Zoo, the Central Park Zoo, the Queens Zoo, and the New York Aquarium. And on top of that, they have about 300 field sites in over 60 countries around the world. Just by joining us here today, folks, you are helping us help wildlife, and I cannot thank you enough for doing so.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, guys. Just by joining us here today, folks. Oh, I said that. Anyways, if you would like to find out more ways to get involved, you can join us at thebronxzoo.com.